In the 3rd century BCE, two mighty powers clashed in a war that would forever leave its mark on ancient history. Welcome to the Pyrrhic War, Triumphs and Tribulations. In this video, we will delve into the Pyrrhic War, an epic conflict fought between the Greek city-state of Epirus and the emerging power of Rome. Join us as we uncover the decisive battles, tactical brilliance, and profound consequences of this ancient struggle. Our story begins with King Pyrrhus of Epirus, a formidable warrior and skilled commander. Seeking to expand his influence, Pyrrhus sets his sights on the Italian peninsula, where Rome's growing dominance poses a threat to Epirus's interests. Epirus, located in northwestern Greece, was renowned for its martial traditions and military prowess. Pyrrhus, a descendant of Achilles himself, sought to emulate his legendary ancestor and establish a powerful empire. However, Pyrrhus recognized that the rising power of Rome presented a significant obstacle to his ambitions. Rome had already gained control over various Greek colonies in southern Italy, establishing its authority and influence in the region. Rome's expansion threatened not only the Greek colonies, but also the balance of power in the Mediterranean. Pyrrhus saw an opportunity to intervene, presenting himself as the protector of the Greek communities in Italy. In 280 BCE, Pyrrhus embarked on a grand expedition, leading a formidable army to the Italian peninsula. His troops consisted of seasoned soldiers from Epirus, renowned for their discipline and battle-hardened experience. With fiery speeches and charismatic leadership, Pyrrhus rallied his troops, inspiring them with the promise of glory and conquest. The soldiers believed in their king's vision and were ready to fight alongside him. The journey across the Adriatic Sea was perilous, but Pyrrhus and his forces braved the treacherous waters, their determination unyielding. As they approached the shores of southern Italy, they were filled with anticipation for the battles that lay ahead. Upon landing in Italy, Pyrrhus wasted no time. He quickly established a foothold and began rallying support from the Greek colonies, appealing to their shared heritage and common cause against the expanding Roman influence. Pyrrhus engaged in diplomacy, forming alliances with various Greek city-states in southern Italy. He emphasized the importance of unity and resistance against Rome's encroachment, painting himself as the liberator and protector of Greek culture and autonomy. With his army bolstered by new alliances, Pyrrhus set his sights on Rome itself. Meanwhile, Rome, aware of the growing threat posed by Pyrrhus, mustered its own forces and prepared to defend its territories. The Romans understood the importance of this conflict, recognizing that their destiny and the future of their republic were at stake. The first major clash between Pyrrhus and Rome occurs at the Battle of Heraclea in 280 BCE. Pyrrhus employs innovative tactics and his renowned war elephants to great effect, inflicting heavy casualties on the Roman legions. As the sun rises over the battlefield, the armies of Pyrrhus and Rome face each other with determination etched upon their faces. Pyrrhus, with his extensive military experience, devises a daring plan to outmaneuver the Romans. Pyrrhus strategically positions his troops, placing his mighty war elephants at the forefront. These awe-inspiring creatures, towering over the battlefield, strike fear into the hearts of the Roman soldiers, who have never encountered such beasts before. With a thunderous roar, Pyrrhus orders the charge, and the war elephants surge forward, trampling through the Roman lines. The sheer power and chaos of the elephants create a devastating impact, breaking the Roman formations and causing panic among their ranks. Caught off guard by the ferocity and unexpected tactics of Pyrrhus's forces, the Roman soldiers find themselves engaged in a fierce struggle for survival. The disciplined legions, renowned for their formidable fighting skills, are put to the test. The Battle of Heraclea becomes a brutal and protracted contest. The Romans fight valiantly, their shields interlocking to form an impenetrable wall against the onslaught. Yet Pyrrhus, with his strategic brilliance, exploits weaknesses in the Roman formations, continuously pressuring their ranks. In a pivotal moment, Pyrrhus personally leads a charge, rallying his troops and inspiring them with his courage and skill. His presence on the front lines instills a renewed sense of determination in his soldiers, who push forward with a ferocity matched only by their leader. After a grueling and exhausting struggle, the dust settles, revealing the outcome of the battle. Pyrrhus emerges as the victor, his tactics and war elephants proving decisive. The Romans suffer heavy losses, their legions battered and demoralized. However, despite his victory, Pyrrhus gazes upon the cost of his triumph. The casualties on his side are significant, and he realizes that each victory against Rome weakens his own forces, while the Romans can afford to replenish their ranks. The Battle of Heraclea marks a Pyrrhic victory, a term coined by Pyrrhus himself to describe a victory achieved at such a great cost that it becomes nearly indistinguishable from defeat. This realization weighs heavily on Pyrrhus as he contemplates the challenges that lie ahead in his audacious campaign against Rome. Undeterred by the casualties, Pyrrhus presses forward, engaging the Romans once again at the Battle of Asculum in 279 BCE. This time, Roman tactics evolve, adapting to Pyrrhus's strategies. As the armies face each other on the battlefield, Pyrrhus takes note of the Romans' newfound adaptability. He recognizes that the legions have learned from their previous encounters and have devised countermeasures to neutralize his war elephants. The Roman legions, under the command of experienced generals, adjust their formations and tactics to counter the threat of the war elephants. They develop innovative strategies, such as creating gaps in their ranks to allow the elephants to pass harmlessly through. The Battle of Asculum becomes a test of adaptability and resilience. Pyrrhus, renowned for his military acumen, adjusts his own tactics in response to the Romans' evolution. He deploys his infantry in tight formations, maximizing their defensive capabilities. The battle becomes a chaotic symphony of clashes, with both sides unleashing their might. The Roman legions, renowned for their discipline and cohesion, engage the Epirote forces in a fierce and determined struggle. Pyrrhus, displaying his charismatic leadership, personally leads his troops in a daring maneuver, launching a concentrated attack on the Roman center. His presence on the front lines inspires his soldiers and instills fear in the hearts of the enemy. The Battle of Asculum becomes a seesaw of fortunes, with both sides experiencing moments of victory and setbacks. Pyrrhus and the Romans engage in a relentless back and forth, each side fiercely contesting every inch of ground. As the sun begins to set, the battle reaches its climax. Pyrrhus, recognizing the tenacity of the Roman legions and the dwindling strength of his own forces, comes to a realization. Though the outcome of the battle remains uncertain, he understands that his victories come at a heavy price. As dusk settles over the battlefield, Pyrrhus contemplates the true nature of his triumphs. The Battle of Asculum may not deliver the decisive victory he had sought. The toll on his army is significant, and he questions the sustainability of his campaign against Rome. The Battle of Asculum marks a critical turning point in the Pyrrhic War, as Pyrrhus confronts the stark reality that defeating Rome will require more than mere tactical brilliance. Join us in the next section as we explore Pyrrhus's diplomatic endeavors and the shifting dynamic. Recognizing the need for a respite and seeking to explore diplomatic avenues, Pyrrhus engages in negotiations with various Italian city-states and offers terms of peace to Rome. This period sees a shift in the dynamics of the war. Pyrrhus, aware of the toll the war has taken on his forces and the growing challenges of facing Rome, seeks to explore alternative solutions. He engages in diplomatic discussions with Italian city-states, offering them the prospect of independence and protection under his rule. Pyrrhus presents himself as a liberator and a champion of Greek autonomy, appealing to the Italian cities that fear Roman expansion. He emphasizes the mutual benefits of joining forces against Rome and the potential for a united front. While some Italian city-states are tempted by Pyrrhus's offers, others remain skeptical, uncertain of his long-term intentions. Rome, too, closely monitors these diplomatic overtures, aware of the potential consequences and the need to protect its interests. The diplomatic endeavors of Pyrrhus create a complex web of alliances and shifting loyalties. Some Italian cities, weary of Rome's dominance, align themselves with Pyrrhus, while others remain loyal to Rome, seeing it as the safer bet. Pyrrhus employs his charisma and persuasive skills to sway the Italian city-states, forging alliances and building a coalition against Rome. He navigates the intricate political landscape, attempting to rally support and solidify his position. However, as Pyrrhus engages in diplomatic negotiations, the war does not come to a complete halt. Skirmishes and minor battles continue to take place, with both sides testing each other's resolve and searching for opportunities to gain an advantage. Despite Pyrrhus's efforts, achieving a comprehensive diplomatic solution proves elusive. The shifting dynamics of alliances and the vested interests of the Italian city-states hinder his progress. Rome, on the other hand, remains resilient and vigilant, determined to defend its territories. As Pyrrhus grapples with the intricacies of diplomacy and the realities of warfare, he realizes the formidable challenge of achieving a lasting peace and overcoming the might of Rome. Join us in the next section as we witness the pivotal Battle of Beneventum and its consequences for both Pyrrhus. The Pyrrhic War unfolds with a delicate dance between diplomacy and military engagements, revealing the complexities of ancient warfare and the pursuit of strategic advantage. The Battle of Beneventum, fought in 275 BCE, emerges as a pivotal moment in the Pyrrhic War. Pyrrhus, recognizing the need for a decisive victory, confronts the might of Rome once again in a battle that will shape the course of the conflict. As Pyrrhus and his troops face the Roman legions, tension hangs heavy in the air. The outcome of this battle carries immense consequences for the future of both Pyrrhus's ambitions and Rome's relentless expansion. Pyrrhus, drawing upon his experiences and the lessons learned from previous engagements, devises a comprehensive plan. He balances his forces, utilizing his infantry, cavalry, and remaining war elephants in a coordinated assault against the Romans. The Battle of Beneventum becomes a clash of tactical brilliance and unwavering determination. The disciplined Roman legions hold their ground, using their shields and coordinated formations to withstand the onslaught of Pyrrhus's forces. The battle ebbs and flows, with both sides delivering devastating blows. Pyrrhus employs his war elephants strategically, seeking to exploit weaknesses in the Roman lines. The Romans, in turn, adapt their tactics, targeting the vulnerable flanks of the Epirot army. As the dust settles, a decisive turning point emerges. Pyrrhus, known for his audacity and personal involvement in the battles, once again leads a daring charge, seeking to break the Roman ranks and secure victory. In a climactic clash, Pyrrhus and his troops engage the Roman legions with unmatched ferocity. However, the Romans, resilient and united, refuse to yield. Through sheer determination and unwavering resolve, they repel Pyrrhus's assault. As the battle draws to a close, Pyrrhus realizes the immense cost of his ambitions. The losses suffered by his forces, coupled with the realization that Rome's resources seem limitless, weigh heavily on his shoulders. The Battle of Beneventum concludes with no clear victor. While Pyrrhus manages to withdraw his remaining forces, the toll on his army is substantial. The Romans, while battered, emerge with a renewed sense of resilience and determination. The Battle of Beneventum serves as a sobering moment for Pyrrhus. The Pyrrhic victories have taken their toll, and he faces the harsh reality that Rome's strength and determination may be insurmountable. Join us in the next section as we witness the culmination of the Pyrrhic War and its far-reaching consequences. The Battle of Beneventum marks a critical juncture in the Pyrrhic War, revealing the limits of military might and the formidable nature of Rome's rise. After the inconclusive Battle of Beneventum, Pyrrhus finds himself at a crossroads. The Pyrrhic victories have taken their toll, and he faces the daunting task of deciding the fate of his campaign against Rome. Pyrrhus gathers his advisors and deliberates on the best course of action. The mounting losses, the resilience of Rome, and the shifting political landscape weigh heavily on his mind as he contemplates his next move. In a moment of reflection and pragmatism, Pyrrhus makes the difficult choice to withdraw from Italy. He realizes that continuing the war against Rome would only lead to further attrition and an uncertain outcome. Pyrrhus issues orders for his troops to prepare for the withdrawal. The logistics of evacuating his forces, including wounded soldiers and valuable equipment, become a significant challenge that requires careful planning and coordination. The Epirot army, once feared and renowned for their prowess, begins the process of withdrawing from Italian soil. The soldiers, weary but disciplined, execute the orders with precision, ensuring the safety of their comrades and valuable resources. As news of Pyrrhus's withdrawal spreads throughout the Italian city-states, reactions vary. Some cities, which had aligned themselves with Pyrrhus, face uncertainty and potential repercussions from Rome. Others breathe a sigh of relief, grateful for the end of hostilities. The withdrawal of Pyrrhus marks the end of his ambitious campaign in Italy. Rome, while not achieving a decisive victory, emerges as the dominant power in the region, solidifying its control over the Italian peninsula. As Pyrrhus reflects on the outcome of the war, he recognizes the tremendous cost of his ambitions. The Pyrrhic victories, while showcasing his military prowess, have left his kingdom weakened and vulnerable. Pyrrhus returns to Epirus, realizing the need to rebuild and consolidate his own kingdom. He shifts his focus to internal affairs, seeking to stabilize his realm and secure its future against potential threats. The Pyrrhic War concludes with Pyrrhus's withdrawal from Italy, leaving behind a legacy of costly victories. Rome, on the other hand, emerges as the dominant power in the Mediterranean, poised to shape the course of history for centuries to come. The Pyrrhic War stands as a testament to the ambition and audacity of Pyrrhus, and the resilience of Rome in the face of formidable challenges. The Pyrrhic War, although ultimately inconclusive, leaves a lasting legacy and significant impact on the powers involved and the wider geopolitical landscape of the ancient world. The Pyrrhic War, with its relentless battles and costly victories, teaches valuable lessons to both Pyrrhus and Rome. It shapes the trajectory of their respective ambitions and sets the stage for future conflicts. For Pyrrhus and the kingdom of Epirus, the war exacts a heavy toll. The losses suffered in battle and the strain on resources weaken the kingdom, leaving it vulnerable to internal and external threats. On the other hand, Rome emerges from the Pyrrhic War with a newfound sense of strength and determination. The resilience displayed in the face of formidable adversaries solidifies Rome's position as a dominant force in the Mediterranean. The Pyrrhic War sets the stage for Rome's expansion beyond the Italian peninsula. The lessons learned from the battles against Pyrrhus contribute to the development of Roman military tactics and strategies that will shape future conquests. The Pyrrhic War also influences diplomatic relations in the region. The Italian city-states, having experienced the conflict firsthand, navigate their allegiances carefully, balancing their interests between Rome and other powers in the Mediterranean. Beyond the immediate aftermath, the Pyrrhic War reverberates throughout the ancient world. It serves as a cautionary tale of the limits of military triumphs and the concept of victory at any cost, which becomes known as a Pyrrhic victory. The Pyrrhic War influences future military leaders and strategists who study the campaign and its outcomes. The concept of a Pyrrhic victory, where the victor suffers such heavy losses that it weakens their long-term position, becomes a recognized phenomenon. The Pyrrhic War leaves an indelible mark on the collective memory of the ancient world. It serves as a reminder of the costs and complexities of war, the pursuit of empire, and the delicate balance between military might and sustainable power. The Pyrrhic War stands as a testament to the triumphs, sacrifices, and enduring lessons of ancient warfare. It becomes an important chapter in the annals of history, forever etched in the tapestry of the Mediterranean world.